Alright guys, I'm going to show you a little series, and you've got a roller, a spiky ball and a block. First of all, we're going to lie on our back. We're going to unload the back of the occiput. Now you think, oh, unload my hips and stuff, but this is related to the back. So you're taking the block and it's kind of tilted at an angle just a little bit. So bring your heels in, knock your knees in together, takes pressure out of your lower back. Turn your palms to face up, and then let your head roll from side to side. Just using your breath nice and slow and controlled, and just moving through maybe 3 or 4 times from side to side. And then once you have that, and you find a spot, after you've done it 3 or 4 times, find a spot you think, oh yeah, that was tender. Hold that there for 3 to 4 breaths. And make the breath slow. Make it in and out of the nose. And just let the breath be really long as you exhale. And then from here, once you've done that, you can roll onto your side, and you've got your base rib. So you're now on this angle with the block, and it's underneath the ribs here. So you've got it down, you're extending the bottom arm, popping your head down onto your upper arm bone, reaching your arm up and over, and then just moving the smallest amount through your rib cage. Now it will render you a little breathless. There's a lot of pressure here, and this is where you hold a lot of tension through this part of your spine. So take a big deep breath in and out. Do that 3 to 5 times, and then you're going to do that on each side. So you do it 3 to 5 times, and then do that on each side. So you're going to roll on to the other side. Rolling down, take the bottom arm out. Now each side is different, so getting on one side might be more painful than the other. Like for me, this is my right side. So when I might be finding it hard to talk because this is really tight, because I do a lot of stuff with my right arm. Obviously I'm right hand dominant, and this is a lot more painful than my left. But each to their own. It could be that you sit at your desk a certain way and your left is tighter because you cross your legs over. Alright, so once you've done that 3 to 4 times and you've allowed that breath to really be slow, so you've got that really pressing into the ribs. This is really important to unload all that stuff that's tight. And then from there, you're going to turn the block down on the flat side, and we're going to do what we call a lymphatic drainage. So you take your bum up onto the bolster, so your sacrum is flat, and then you're going to extend the legs up. You're going to hold this position. Let your legs be relaxed. Don't try and roll in. Again, bring your arms down and draw your shoulders away from your ears, and then just allow your body to be relaxed. So your bum is on the block, and your lymphatic system is just under the skin. And by giving the legs up the wall position, which is what this is called, legs up the wall position, you're just allowing the blood to turn, and all the old lactic acid and all the stuff that is actually needing to get out of your system is now moving through your lymph nodes, which are in your groin and under your arm. So you're just allowing your body to let the blood move all those bits in your body that you don't need out. Alright, so once you've done that for a few minutes, you're then going to take the block out. And then moving to the roller now, you're actually going to take your back. So we've done this, if you've been in my classes for a little bit, this is a test. So take your hand behind, and you're coming into this extension of the spine. Most people find this really hard, but after doing the block under the ribs, it's going to be a little bit easier. And then curl all the way up. So curl up, use an ab curl, so draw your ribs, these ribs here at the front, closer to the hip bone, so you're in this C shape with your spine. Take your hands behind your head, support your head, roll back, and then arch all the way over, and use your breath. So you're going to move the ribs first. So inhale, exhale, draw my ribs down, coming into that curl. exhale, and then inhale as I roll all the way back, right back until I get a big stretch. The more times that you move through this thoracic extension into flexion, you're going to get a little bit more range. So we're actually doing the opposite of what you do at your desk all day. So you're pulling down with the ribs using your core. This is a good core activity exercise as well. So you're rolling all the way up, all the way in, and let's go one more. So you get, I think I did about 6 here. So 6 is good, and then once you've done the last one, you're going to know that you've got a lot more space. Now, if you find that you cannot get your head back down to the ground, you can either use your block to hold this position. So you've got this like a little pillow, and most of you will use the block to do this, all right? If you find that you've got more space, you can put it on the flat and put it flat so you've got more space. And see how my arms are now rolling out? And you can lengthen them out like that so it's a bit more of a chest and shoulder stretch. That's it, perfect, nice. And then you take a few breaths here, yeah? And then once you've taken a few breaths, pillow comes out, and then we're going to walk up and down, move through the back. So we're unloading through the back line, in, all the way out. Beautiful. So we've done a lot of the back line so far, unloading everything there. Nice, all the way through. And then you can grab, just get the roller underneath the shoulder blades, cross the arms over, and then just move laterally through the back of those ribs, just to free up any tight spots. Nice. Good. And then we're going to roll over. We're going to take the roller and we're going to stretch out through the adductors, so the inner seam. So this is attached to your hip flexors. So if you've got a bad lower back, so there we go, rolling the roller away to the groin and then pulling back. We're going to do 2 to 3 of those. So this is going to unload all those tight spots. Now the roller, you can bend the knee a bit if you find that's too intense, or you can hold it still and then it's just extend the leg. That's going to give you a big unload through the adductors. That's it, so that inner seam and a lot of that tightness through those inner thighs, stuff that we don't stretch. You can do both sides. Remember, take the option where you can have the legs straight. You can roll the roller in and out, all the way in. You can bend the knee a little bit and just extend the leg in and out. Make sure you relax your body, that's it. So here we go, big stretch. Lovely. And then 2 more. Use your breath. 1 more. Awesome. And then from here, we're going to use the roller in front, and we're just going to come up. So we're going to place the roller under the ribs, take the legs wide. Now you can, if you know that you are okay with your elbows underneath your shoulders, that's fine, so draw them in. Yeah, this will, again, this is going to actually render your breaths, but this will stretch out your hip flexor. Relax your legs and turn the toes inwards, that way it takes any pressure out of your lower back. If you need to lower the roller, then do it here, so it's just underneath the sternum. So I had it right at the bottom ribs because I'm flexible, but if you want to, you can have it forward a little bit and here, yeah, and then so hold this position for a few breaths. So breathe in and out slowly. So I like to breathe in for 4 and out for 6. Breathing in for 4 and out for 6. Breathing in for 4 and out for 6. Now we just started to unload the psoas. So it touches back here on the T12, comes through the body and attaches on the inside. Now we did adductors and then we went straight to this stretch. So we started to really unwind the psoas, the longest muscle in the body. Now we're going to use the roller and we're going to pin the quadricep. So we're going to take the leg forward and then take the knee. It's off the ground, but it's actually not on top of the roller, yeah? And then this forward leg, the foot is in line with the knee. See, directly in line with the ankle. Sorry, knee in line with the ankle, not knee in line with the knee. Draw the belly button in so your core is on, and then you just hold that so you're pinning. So your psoas attaches here on the back, comes through and attaches on the inside of the femur bone. So right now we did that little bit of arching, extending through the back initially, then we rolled over and put the roller across the front here and started to stretch through psoas. So now we're looking after the lower back, the thing that actually gets hammered the most when you sit at your desk for hours, days, weeks, months, years. So we're just unloading that stuff. So we're actually doing the other side. So the knee is now in line with the ankle. I'm pinning my knee so it's hanging off the back. It's not on top of the roller. It's off the back, but I'm pinning that quadricep and keeping my spine as upright as I can to increase that stretch of the psoas. So it goes from here across the body down into the top. So that's the longest muscle in the body, but the one that gives us it's the shortest in comparison to how we sit all day, every day, and it gets shorter and shorter and shorter. So we are now finished almost stretching the hip flexor. We are now going to come on to releasing a little bit more through the, so you're going to take this and you're going to place it here. So here's my spine, here's the top of my scapula. So we want the ball there on the trapezius, which is, some of us have these what we call dowager humps, which is this little fatty pocket just here, and that's because we're sitting at the desk all day. So we want to unload the trapezius. So we're going to take the spiky ball and we're going to lie back. So head back, take the spiky ball right onto that spot. Now the arm feels really elevated, but I'll tell you, boy, it feels fantastic. So once you're here, let your arms be, palms are facing up, thumbs are turned out, and you've got that ball. And so I recommend that you bend the knees, turn the knees in again so you're not actually, and then make sure, I'm looking at the camera, but I want your head to be, your eye gaze to be up towards the ceiling, and then I want you to think about working on your breath work here. So you're going to do 4 counts in, 6 counts out. So always longer on the exhale. And you're just going to really be focusing on that. And you're going to do that for 6 breaths. And then move the ball to the other side. So now you've got it on the other shoulder. Same thing. Go back into that position where you completely relax. Knees are rolled into the center. And your arms are out. And your head is in neutral. So you're really allowing, again, my right side is much tighter than my left. So I'm really just letting the ball sink deep into the top of that shoulder by using my breath. 4 counts in and 6 counts out. All right, and then from here we're going to do one more little glute one to do, a little glute ball, and then we're going to take that ball, roll onto your side, and then you're going to sit on the ball. Woo. So now you're going to roll the ball around and find the spot that feels tight. Roll it around. Beautiful. You're going to do 3, 4 circles. Reverse the circle around the other way. So you just move around the ball. That's it. Find the tight spot. Again, using those nice controlled breaths in and out. And then you can do that on the other side. Yeah, so around the other side we go, on the glutes, So all the way around. So right there you have it, folks. There are many more things you can do on the block, spiky ball and roller. It's just a little routine for you to start with. Been sitting at your desk all day. You really need to arm load, reset the spine and get your psoas, which is that long muscle that crosses the front of the hip from the back to the front. Nice back to normal. And we want to reverse some of this movement that we've been doing all single day to bring it back into neutral, and then you won't have any pain. All right, let me know how you go.